he's gone mad. He got hit on the head. And he just went and sat next to the umpire, and everyone's looking at him. And then we had to take him to the hospital, and then he had a few issues. Then it got resolved, but it was so funny. He said, "I'm fine," but then after 10 seconds, he's not even on the pitch. He's sitting there on the other side of the field, just all by himself.
So science and math, I understand, were your favorite subjects in school.
Who told you math was my
No?
favorite subject?
Were you not good?
No way.
Not. Why not?
So in math, we used to have exams, and the maximum marks you could get in an exam was 100, right? I used to get 3. I was that good. I did not understand why someone would even want to learn math. I mean, I could not understand the complications behind it. I mean, why do things have to be so difficult? And I haven't used any of those formulas in my life till now. Cos, theta, sin, I was like, what the hell is going on? Why would these things come together and produce this? How is it possible? I understood sport. I could never relate to math. It was like, I just wanted to get through my 10th grade exams, because they used to happen at a state level. And then after that, you can choose whether you want to continue with math or not. I'm telling you, I've never worked hard, even in cricket. The amount I worked hard to pass that exam so I can get rid of that subject. I promise you. I passed it, and then I was like, I'm never looking at math again.
How often would you have to miss?
The guy shouldn't have done this. He should have done that. But that comes from a very pure source.
90% of cricket fans are apparently in the Indian subcontinent. I understand Bollywood will not release a movie during the 7-week IPL season. To what extent do you think the IPL in India is similar to the NFL in America in terms of passion?
It's huge. The IPL has become that one tournament where for 2 months, people just look forward to it being 8 in the evening, and they just sit together and watch. We as playing for one franchise, we watch other franchise play, and we get so excited watching the games, and we get fascinated by it. And I can imagine people who are not even involved in the tournament, what entertainment it brings for them. So I think the potential is endless. I believe that IPL is just a platform for you to express your skills and to get better at what you're doing, because it's so highly competitive. But I think the intention should always be to want to play for your country.
How would you best explain cricket to an American audience that's generally unfamiliar with the sport?
It's I've heard a few American people have come to IPL, and they've sat down the whole length of the game and tried to understand the game fully, and still they'll leave a bit confused. So I think it's basically, if you understand the basic essentials of the sport and just watch it for the entertainment of it, you'll be very entertained and you'll be fine. But if you go into the finer details, as I said, you can really confuse yourself, because there are a lot of terms that you wouldn't have heard of, or you wouldn't understand what they are. Even when we watch baseball, the only thing I'm worried about is a home run, and just looking at people going mad. So it's basically, if you just relate to the fun part of it, you can really enjoy watching the sport.
Americans would probably be surprised to hear is that you, as I mentioned earlier, you were once at bat for 8+ hours. I'm thinking like December 2016, England. Yeah. Tell about how that happens.
It happens in a very different way. You have a lunch break, which is 40 minutes between play, and then you come back and play again, and then you have a tea break, which is 20 minutes between play. Why they call it test cricket is because it tests you physically and mentally over 5 days. It's not a thing that starts at one time, ends at one time, and you get done with it and move on.
This is a game that lasts 5 days.
Yes, it does. So the beautiful thing about that is, and people find it so bizarre, that how can one game, one match in a sport go on for 5 days? The basic concept behind it is, test cricket for me is very similar to life. So if things don't go your way on day one, you have to go to sleep, you have to wake up and come back. There's no option of forgetting about it, there's no option of leaving it behind, there's no option of I don't want to do this anymore, because if you don't turn up, you're left with 10 men and you're out of the team. So you have no option but to keep coming. Even if you do well, you have to wake up the next day, work hard all over again, you get a second chance to play, and then you want to work hard, or you have to work hard to do the same thing that you did on day one. and ups and downs through the game. Sometimes you're just batting for 3 hours, not scoring a run. And sometimes life is about that, just being there, just hanging in there, and then wait for your time and then capitalize on it. So it teaches you so many things if you take it in the right way. Thought of doing an athlete development program where we thought if we want to contribute in a larger way to the sporting community, it has to be spread across all sports. So then we built a jury of people who select different athletes of a young age group from all kind of sports, monitor their progress, see who are the potential people who can actually go up to the national level and then compete at a global level and hopefully, achieve a lot more for the country, and it just boosts the whole sporting culture. So we started to pick those people out and take care of their whole process, from their fitness, from their requirements, to literally like sponsoring them to help them in their journeys. And it's been an amazing thing to be part of. When you see these guys, succeeding and you follow their progress, you feel so, I wouldn't say proud, but you feel so happy to see that you are able to contribute, as I said, to someone's journey when you understand the challenges that can occur when you were growing up and you didn't have that much support around you to actually reach your potential. But now if you see potential in someone, to take them to that level and being able to help in that regard, I think for me is the most fortunate thing as a sportsman.
I believe you're providing for 17 athletes right now. In what ways do you support them?
Any requirement they have, from travel to sponsoring their equipment, to fitness, to getting them in touch with the right people for their fitness routines and regimes and all that sort of stuff, to getting them to speak to the coaches that they require, the kind of training that they need to do, anything basically that is required in their journey to get to the stage that they want to get. So that whole process is being taken care of, and we are also exposing them to understanding the commercial side of things as well, to be able to communicate properly, to be able to speak with people in a manner, to be able to build your own brand in the process as well. So I think all those kind of things, because I never had education of how to build my brand or what should my approach be in life, how do I need to model myself or mold myself in a manner. But I think those social skills and the skills of understanding who you are as a person, as a sports person, and what potential you have commercially as well as in your skill is very, very important.
Cricketers receive a lot more attention in India than an Olympian would receive. What would be your ultimate goal for how your support pays off?
For me, it's such an unfortunate thing to see, because someone who takes the name of the country to that level on a global scale in the Olympics, they don't get treated in the right manner. And I think the concerned bodies should be providing a lot more for them than they do already. And it's not good to see someone just going down in life after they compete and they have no idea, no vision, no help from any other place. So my ultimate goal in life, and that is our big plan in the pipeline in future as well, to be able to create a space, an environment, more like a campus, a sports campus, where I didn't have any idea of the rules of any other sport when I was growing up. I learned because I was traveling so much. I learned because I had exposure. The people who do not have exposure, they do not understand other sports. So to become a total sporting nation and the culture to become even more stronger than it is right now, like, you want to be able to go to every sport. You want to be able to watch a football game in the same vicinity and go watch a tennis match or a badminton match, or you need to have keen interest in all kinds of things. So if my vision is to have a campus where all athletes can learn about each other's sport and then have that information spread out to